They say the forest at the edge of town is alive, not with animals, but with creatures that vanish when you blink. Tonight, Emma isn't just walking through this forest. She's running from something that shouldn't exist. The sun had just dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that twisted and writhed like living things. Emma, a curious and fearless urban explorer, had heard the stories about the hollow woods, whispers of ghostly figures, eerie sounds, and supernatural creatures lurking just beyond sight. She didn't believe them, not until tonight. Armed with only her flashlight and a shaky sense of bravado, Emma stepped onto the crackling, leaf-strewn path. The air grew colder with every step, thickening as if the forest itself was breathing. The canopy above swallowed the last vestiges of twilight, plunging the woods into deepening gloom. Suddenly, the flashlight flickered and died. Heart pounding, she fumbled with the batteries, but as she looked up, two glowing amber eyes met hers from the darkness. Frozen, Emma watched as a figure emerged. Tall, slender, with unnaturally long limbs and skin that shimmered like moonlight on water. The creature's face was a haunting mask. No mouth, just smooth, pale skin, and those unsettling eyes that seemed to pierce her soul. Emma tried to scream, but no sound came out. The creature tilted its head, almost curious, then swiftly disappeared into the shadows. A cold breeze whispered through the trees, carrying a voice, soft and chilling. Why do you fear what you do not understand? Determined to uncover the truth, Emma pressed deeper into the forest, each step revealing more unnatural phenomena. Trees that seemed to move when unobserved, shadows that stretched and reached for her like fingers. The deeper she went, the more she sensed she was not alone. The forest was alive in ways she had never imagined. Leaves rustled though there was no wind, and the air was thick with a scent both sweet and earthy, like damp moss and wildflowers. Emma's breath came out in shallow puffs, the chill biting into her skin. Her eyes darted around nervously, catching glimpses of movement just beyond her peripheral vision. Suddenly, the ground beneath her trembled. From the earth rose a second creature, this one massive and covered in moss and bark, blending perfectly with the forest. Its eyes glowed a deep emerald, and it spoke in a voice like cracking wood. We are guardians, not monsters. Emma, torn between fear and fascination, asked, Guardians of what? Of the balance, the creature replied. Of the thin veil between worlds. You humans have forgotten respect. You trespass and take without seeing. A whisper echoed through the trees as more beings emerged, some with wings like torn shadows, others with eyes like molten gold. They circled her, a silent tribunal judging her soul. Faced with a choice, Emma realized her fate hinged on understanding. She knelt and spoke sincerely. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect. I want to learn. To protect, not to harm. The creatures paused, their forms flickering between terrifying and beautiful. Then, one by one, they vanished, leaving behind a single glowing seed in Emma's palm. Plant this, where the forest meets the town, the voice whispered. And remember, some doors should never be forced open, but some bridges must be built with trust. Emma held the seed tightly, feeling a pulse of warmth spread from her palm to her heart. The forest around her seemed to sigh, a release of tension that had bound the night in shadows and fear. She looked up to see the first creature once more, its eyes softer now, filled with an ancient wisdom. You have chosen the path of respect, it said. Remember, the hollow woods are not merely a place of mystery, but a living testament to the unseen. Protect it, and it will protect you. As Emma turned to leave, the forest seemed to part before her, the once oppressive darkness now a gentle embrace. She stepped onto the path that led back to town, each footfall lighter than before, carrying with her the weight of a secret pact between humans and the supernatural. When she emerged at the forest's edge, the first light of dawn was breaking, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold. The town lay quiet, unaware of the night's otherworldly visitors and the fragile alliance forged in its shadow. Emma planted the glowing seed where the trees thinned and the pavement began, feeling the earth hum beneath her fingers. The seed sank into the soil, a promise of growth, connection, and balance. Days turned to weeks, and the townspeople began to notice subtle changes. The air felt fresher, the streams clearer, and an unspoken calm settled over the land. Emma kept her secret close, visiting the forest often, learning its rhythms, listening to its whispers. She became a bridge, a guardian in her own right, teaching others to respect the delicate veil between worlds. Stories of the Hollow Woods transformed from tales of fear to legends of wonder and reverence. And late at night, when the wind is just right, some say you can still see those glowing eyes watching from the dark, reminding us that the world is far stranger and more alive than we dare imagine. The forest waits, patient and eternal, holding its breath for the next soul brave or foolish enough to step inside. And for those who come with open hearts, it offers not terror, but a chance to belong to something greater than themselves.